Eva. I'm a musician, Eva, and there's a guitar up on the space station because music is important. And the people at the space agency put a guitar up there permanently for all the astronauts to play because music is important to not being depressed. Music is important to just being mentally healthy. And so I knew there was a guitar up there. I got up to the space station, and my brother and I wrote a Christmas carol called Jewel in the Night. And I recorded it and released it on SoundCloud. And as soon as people heard that there was a musician recording music on the space station, then all of a sudden there was this sort of internet clamor to do a cover of Space Oddity by David Bowie. And I was thinking, cover David Bowie? Nobody covers David Bowie. And also Space Oddity? The astronaut dies in Space Oddity. But my son and I rewrote the words so the astronaut would. And then I just had David Bowie singing in one ear, and I grabbed a microphone and just recorded it and did like a karaoke version. Just thinking, yeah, see how it turns out. But what was really interesting was Bowie is such a gifted artist that when I sang that 40-year-old song on board the spaceship, it somehow was perfect. It suited the place. The feeling of being in space soaked into my voice somehow. It surprised me. And I called a friend of mine back on Earth who's a musician, and I said, hey, I'm thinking of doing David Bowie's Space Oddity up here. And she said, don't do Oddity, that's a terrible song. The astronaut dies in it. She heard my voice, and she said, oh, could I put a little piano under that? I think it'd be nice with piano. That lady named Anne Reiner. And then I got a guy named Joe who put some other instrumentals in, and then I did the guitar part. And we put all that together, and then my son said, Dad, you're in space, it has to be a video. You can't just do audio. So I was like, I'm busy up here, running the spaceship. But one Saturday afternoon, I floated around with a camera for a couple hours and filmed myself singing along, with my own voice. And then my son put all that video and vocals and everything all together. And the day before we came home, no big master plan. It was just a project. We had to get Bowie's permission. And in fact, he doesn't even own the song anymore. It's lawyers that own that song. So we had to get permission from these lawyers. But Bowie loved it. And he said it was the most poignant version of the song ever done. And so we got his permission. And finally it all came. And then we had a big leak on the outside of the spaceship. We had to do an emergency spacewalk 4 days before I came home. But finally, it all came together, and the night before I came home, we released that David Bowie song. And it's been seen hundreds of millions of times around the world. And the reason I think it is because it allows people to understand exploration and space travel differently. It's not separate. It's not some weird remote outpost that you don't understand, or a bunch of experiments that don't make any sense to you. It's just people out there. And we're trying to explain it to ourselves. We're trying to explore the rest of the universe. We're just starting to see what it means to us as people. And so I'm glad Bowie wrote that song. And I'm happy that so many people listen and watch that song since. And I'm really happy how it turned out. And so I'm going to play a little bit of it. And then we will have a chance to meet and I'll sign books here. All right? So I'll have a drink of water. I'm going to do the abbreviated version. Ground control to Major Tom. Lock your Soyuz hatch and put your helmet on. If you're looking for something to celebrate, just think what's going on right now. We are a bunch of strangers. You know a few people in the room, but you don't know everybody. But we're a bunch of good people. And we are inside someone's house of worship. that they let us in here tonight to just share ideas. And we're playing a song that was written here in this country 40 years ago that was then taken off the planet and to help us try and understand ourselves as we explore the rest of the universe. That's the sort of stuff I think about while I'm playing. This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade. And the papers want to know whose shirts you wear. But it's time to close the capsule if you dare. For here am I, sitting in a tin can. Above the world. And the earth is blue, and there's so much left to do. Though I've flown 100 million miles, I'm feeling very still. And before too long, I know it's time to go.